The first time Elias Rourke heard the name Virilia Noctis, the room fell silent. It happened aboard the diplomatic cruiser Helios Dawn, drifting at the edge of neutral space. Representatives from 12 star systems had gathered around a circular holotable, arguing about trade routes, border skirmishes, and the slow decay of the Galactic Accord. But when the silver-skinned envoy from Velthor spoke the VampireQueen's name, every voice died instantly. Even the ship's hum seemed to lower itself. Her fleets have crossed the Ashen Veil, the envoy said softly. 3 systems have gone dark. No survivors. No transmissions. Someone whispered a prayer to a long-dead star god. Elias leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. So she's expanding again. Several heads turned sharply toward him. You speak of her as if she were a weather pattern, snapped Admiral Cass of the Terra Navy. Virilia Noctis feeds on civilizations. She drinks suns dry and turns populations into obedient thralls. Entire species have gone extinct because they hesitated. Elias met the Admiral's glare without flinching. And panicking hasn't helped either. Cass scoffed. You've never seen what she does to humans. Elias almost smiled. He was the only human in the room who had. A queen of night. The VampireQueen ruled the Nocturian Dominion, an ancient empire older than recorded galactic history. Her species did not drink blood in the primitive sense. They consumed bioenergetic essence, siphoned directly from neural and cellular patterns. Fear, devotion, despair. These emotions enrich the essence, making it intoxicatingly powerful. And Virilia Noctis was its greatest master. She was immortal, or close enough that no one could prove otherwise. She wore darkness like royalty, her presence bending light itself. Worlds surrendered without a single shot fired, their leaders kneeling before her throne of living obsidian. The galaxy did not fear her armies. It feared her will. When the Dominion demanded the surrender of the border world Astri, 9, the Galactic Council sent emissaries, threats, and finally warships. All were ignored. Then, without warning, the Queen requested something unprecedented. A human envoy, her message said. One alone, unarmed. The council argued for 6 hours. Elias volunteered in the first 6 seconds. 2. The man who walked into darkness. The Dominion flagship, Ebon Majesty, eclipsed the stars as Elias's shuttle docked. Organic corridors pulsed faintly beneath his boots, as if the ship itself were alive. He felt her before he saw her. Virilia Noctis sat upon her throne, long and still, like a statue carved for midnight. Her eyes glowed a deep crimson, not aggressive, but curious. Her presence pressed against Elias's mind, probing, tasting. You do not tremble, she said, her voice layered with echoes. Every other human has. Elias stopped several meters away and bowed, not deeply, not submissively. Fear is useful, he replied, but it's not always honest. Her lips curved faintly. And honesty is? A choice. The air thickened. Court nobles hissed softly, offended. Virilia raised one elegant hand, silencing them. Tell me, human, she said. Why did you come? To understand you, Elias said, and to make you understand us. She laughed once. It was a terrifying sound, beautiful and cruel. Your species lasts centuries at best, she said. Mine lasts forever. What could you possibly offer me? Elias stepped closer. Something no one else has, he said quietly. A mirror. 3. The hunger beneath the crown. Over the following cycles, Elias remained aboard the Ebon Majesty. He was questioned, examined, and tested. Psychic assaults washed over him like storms. Lesser beings would have shattered. Elias endured. He spoke to Virilia of humanity's flaws, its violence, its ambition, its endless contradictions. He told her of human art born from suffering, of love forged under extinction threats, of hope that refused to die even when logic demanded it should. "You feed on what we feel," he said one night, standing beside her observation deck as stars drifted past. "But you've forgotten what it's like to need something you can't take." Her gaze lingered on him. "You assume much," she said. "I've watched you," Elias replied. "You conquer not because you must, but because you're afraid of stillness." The silence that followed was dangerous. "You are either brave," Virilia said slowly, "or suicidal." "Maybe both," Elias said. "But you haven't killed me yet." Her fingers tightened against the railing. "No," she admitted. "I haven't. For a galaxy on the brink." While Elias spoke with a queen, the galaxy burned. Dominion fleets clashed with coalition forces. Stars were destabilized. Refugee worlds collapsed under the weight of displaced billions. The Galactic Council prepared its final weapon, a forbidden resonance bomb capable of erasing an entire star system, including Asteroid 9, including Elias. Virilia sensed it before any scanner could. "They will destroy everything rather than kneel," she said coldly. "They're afraid," Elias replied. "Just like your enemies always are." Her eyes narrowed. "And you?" "I'm afraid too," he admitted. "But fear doesn't have to decide the ending." That night, Virilia fed on Elias. She drew his essence carefully, delicately, expecting terror or agony. Instead, she tasted resolve. Love for a fragile species. Rage at endless cycles of domination. Hope sharpened by loss. She recoiled, shaken. "What are you?" she whispered. "Human," Elias said, weak but smiling. "We survive monsters by becoming something worse or something better." The choice of a queen. For the first time in millennia, Virilia Noctis hesitated. She stood before her council, Dominion nobles awaiting the command to annihilate Asteroid 9. Her fleets were ready. The galaxy braced for extinction. And she thought of Elias, standing unarmed before her throne, unafraid. "Stand down," she said. The chamber erupted in chaos. "You would spare them for one human?" a lord snarled. Virilia turned, her eyes blazing. "For a truth I have forgotten." She transmitted a message across every channel, every system. "The Dominion withdraws. The war ends now." The galaxy froze. Coalition weapons powered down in disbelief. The resonance bomb was disarmed seconds before activation. Asteroid 9 survived. Elias collapsed as the tension finally released. Virilia caught him before he fell. 6. The ending the galaxy never expected. Elias recovered aboard a neutral medical station. When he woke, the room was quiet. Too quiet. She stood near the viewport, gazing at the stars. "You should not be here," Elias said hoarsely. "I wanted to see," Virilia replied, "what a galaxy looks like without fear." She turned to him. "My empire will change," she said. "Slowly. Painfully. Many will resist. Some will betray me." Elias nodded. "Change always costs." "You could stay," she said softly. "At my side." Elias smiled, sad but certain. "I think I was only meant to walk you to the edge." She studied him for a long moment. Then she bowed. Not as a queen, but as an equal. When Virilia Noctis returned to her dominion, she was no longer called the VampireQueen. She became something far more dangerous to the old order. A ruler who had learned restraint. And Elias Rourke? He returned to Earth, unnoticed by most, remembered by few. But whenever the stars dimmed and fear whispered of ancient darkness, one truth remained. The galaxy had survived its greatest monster.